Hello, I'm Larry and this is Carter's Country. Welcome back to our weekly vlog. Today we're lucky enough to be joined by Zach Ezer, a sales representative for Browning and Winchester. We're going to take this opportunity to let Zach discuss with us a couple of limited edition firearms that we offer here at Carter's Country. First, we'll look at the Browning Citori. Zach, kind of take us through this and tell us what makes this gun special.
Well, this Satori, like Larry said, is limited production, which means that it's distributed only through Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. The numbers that are produced are relatively small, so there's a market for these driven by that limited availability. It creates a lot of demand. So you'll notice that this gun is styled a lot like a Browning Superposed of the past. So that definitely has an appeal to more traditional hunters. You'll notice also that the pistol grip radius right here is not as aggressive as like something that you would see on a sporting clay model, but is also not straight like you would see on some of our ultralight upland guns. So this is a good marriage of both of those worlds. It's very comfortable to hand. You have a rounded edge right here so it won't catch on your clothing if you're out in the field. And you also have a rounded edge right here on the forearm. You'll also notice that the checkering is indicative of everything that Browning stands for. It's 18 lines per inch,
Wow.
which is very tight checkering. You'll also notice that the scrolling here is a roll stamp scrolling that's high relief. It's traditional scrolling. And then what we also do in the barrels is we backbore these barrels and we lengthen the forcing cones. So
Talk a little bit about that. What does that mean? How does that translate to the customer using this for hunting or skeet?
right. So one of the things that came out of the clays world is a lot of these competitive shooters that were always trying to gain an edge, break one more, two more, three more targets than the next shooter. They would take their guns and have it backbored to .742. That's the internal bore diameter.
Wow.
And that allows the shot column to have a little bit more room, so as the back pressures of a round going off are distributed on the shot column closest to the powder, you have less shot deformation. And with less shot deformation, you have more consistent shot patterns. So again, more consistent shot patterns, more broken clays, and then you translate that out to the field world, and it's more success out in the field, more birds down on the ground. The same thing with a lengthened forcing cone. So forcing cones, I always say it's like if you're on I-10 and there's construction and they narrow the traffic down quickly, you have a big pileup. But if they narrow the traffic down more gradually, the traffic flows a whole lot smoother. It's the same thing with your shot. So both of those in conjunction mean more consistent shot patterns, less deformed shot, more birds down, more clays broken out on the range.
So if I'm using this gun shooting clays, I have less things I can blame on the gun. Is that what
It would be operator error.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
sir.
always is with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Anything else about this one?
That's it. It's European walnut,
Yeah,
which Browning makes on all their shotguns. Very, very good, high quality satin gloss finish. Very deep bluing on the barrel. This is the white lightning, so you have the satin receiver. And then on the standard lightning, you have a blued barrel with a deep blued receiver as well.
But still a great looking gun, no doubt.
Yes, sir. And we make that 12, 20, and 28.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about a gun that, Zach, I think I told you when I first met you. It's a gun that the first time I saw it, I just stopped and stared at it. I couldn't believe what a great looking gun it was. And it's another limited production model from Browning, and it's one that we also have here available at Carter's Country. This is the Browning White Gold Maple, and seeing it on camera probably won't do it justice. I mean, the thing looks like a work of art to me. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you and let you talk about it a little bit. Where did it come up with this? What type of wood is that? It's just, everything about it's just incredible to me.
Well, thank you. And this is a limited production gun, again, that has very limited distribution. that we've been making for several years. We've had a lot of success with it, but for those aesthetic reasons that you're talking about, Larry. And that comes from that this wood is curly maple. One of the things that stands out to customers and probably stood out to you is the tiger eye effect that you typically get on curly maple. The way that it's grown, it just has a very blonde coloring to it with a lot of tiger eye. It's very pretty. We do it in a high gloss to help bring those features of the wood out. And you'll notice that the receiver, the barrel, the bolt assembly, the trigger guard, the magazine well, and your safety all share the same stainless satin color to it. That's where with the curly maple stock and the barrel and all the other metal components, that's where the term white gold comes from. The medallion part comes from, you've got an octagon barrel. So it's not a standard round barrel. Again, it's just another thing that we add for rigidity from the functionality standpoint, but also it just looks good. It looks really cool. On a xbolt, you'll notice that there's a palm swell right here on your pistol grip. What that does is that's another point of contact for your hand, enhanced accuracy. Also, all of our xbolts have a 60-degree bolt throw. While the gun is on safety, you can also release the bolt with this button right here on top of the bolt. So what that does is that allows you to safely get in and out of a blind without having to put your gun on fire. It also comes with a detachable rotary mag. And you'll notice that this is not your standard mag, that the bullet only comes up in one position. So there's no offset like there would be in a traditional mag. And what that allows you to do is as you cycle your bolt, that round only comes up onto the bolt in one position. So there's no alternating. So it's more consistent.
Right. You know, it's when you look at this gun, the looks speak for itself, but when you get past how the gun looks, you're still going into the stand with a Browning.
Correct.
So, you know, not only looks, you can be 100% sure of the functionality and quality of the gun. And to me, there's just nothing about this gun I would change. You know, I even own guns that as soon as I bought them, I knew I wanted to tinker with this or this. There's nothing about this gun I would change. It's just, to me, perfect the way it is. Appearance, functionality, everything about it is just fantastic. And we've had a lot of success with this gun here in the store. They don't stay on the shelves long because it is unique. When you come into Carter's Country, you walk down and you just see rows of rifles of all sorts going down there. This one stands out, and it's just I'm just blown away with it as much now as when we first started carrying them.
Well, we appreciate that, and in the salesman world, we call it popping off the shelf. We definitely know that it does pop off the shelf. We hear this all the time.
Yeah.
Just really good aesthetics, and if you're looking for one of these, you can find it at Carter's Country.
I'd like to thank Zach for coming by and visiting with us and giving us some great information on some great products. And remember, if you've ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, then you're a part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time, adios.